So we're here to talk about females who use anabolic steroids. So the reason it's so hard for females in the gym is the anabolic usage in females is obviously completely different from men for so many different reasons. Obviously the hormones, especially so many of them being male hormones, or females have them as well, but in a much lower dosage than men. A lot of females don't realise they need to have testosterone. Why do females need to have testosterone? Because a female does not have testosterone in her, well, just on the sex part of things, she would not get down there, she would not be able to have intercourse. Her sex drive would be non-existent. But a female has much lower testosterone naturally than a man, like insignificant lower. They have enough to make their vaginas work correctly, to make their sex drive work correctly, and other things like that. But I just wanted to point out the importance. So a very, very common thing people will get is like 0.10 mg of test, and this is for women who struggle down there, and it can really improve their sex drive and really increase their life with their partners, well, not causing hair growth or any negative side effects, because it's so low. It's just what they should naturally have in their body. But obviously what we're here to talk about and educate about is why it's hard for females with stuff like Anavar and Primobolan. And the reason for this is I blame a lot of this on the bodybuilding industry. Powerlifters and strong women in this case are much more honest and open about this. I know a lot of competitive bodybuilders who use anabolic steroids who are female, and they will lie about their cycles, and then there's another side of them who are deluded. So I will point you out by the, which, you know, you get on both sides with men, but I'm just talking about women in general here. So a reason that it's so hard for women is, I'll be honest with you, a lot of women will lie and not tell. So like an example being, there's a competitor I know, and she competes, and she uses Primobolan, Anavar. Now she also told me she'd used 5 mg of D-bol at one point. Now I'm going to argue with her. She's actually very, very feminine. Like a lot of girls will go, yeah, I want to look like her. She's kept her femininity. She looks fantastic. She has a nice boob job, but she has great muscles, physique, and everything like that. Like, to look at, she's awesome. So I believe what she said she's used to me. She's very, very open with it. The issue is when she talks to people who aren't like common in the gym, she will deny this usage and not say what she uses. So obviously she doesn't put it online or give any. So this information, which could be so handy for females, is unfortunately not out there. Because obviously she doesn't. One of the reasons she said is, she goes, if I put that out there, she goes, there's so many in my industry will just hate me and insult me. As I saw myself, I shared a cycle that a female told me she used, and so I could put online. Very, very feminine female again. And the first thing I got was female bodybuilders. And when I go in about the delusional side, there was a 21-year-old girl messaged me, and she's really arguing it, saying she's going to put me on a podcast and all this. And she looked masculine. She looked like she was, I don't want to be nasty, but competing-wise, she almost looked like she was transitioning. And she's arguing with what girls who look like women with a nice muscular physique are using, saying that they should be using her. And I said, everyone's entitled to use whatever they want. I said, but when you argue and say that I'm giving bad advice, but you're encouraging girls to almost transition with the, no, but you look like that. Yeah, it's because I'm on stage. Well, but you, no. I said, do you want me? I said, look, I'm being honest with you. I said, I've shown you a picture of 5 different people, and they've all thought you in your 30s and you're 21. This is an issue. You're aging yourself. It's not good. It's not healthy. Now, you're entitled to do what you want, but most women want to look feminine while also adding muscle mass, and that's just what most want. And unfortunately, she obviously was saying what she uses, and I don't believe it. And then you get all these male bodybuilders, and like one of them was talking to me. He's like, you shouldn't be telling what women are using, blah, 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 blah. She's only 20. And I'm looking at the guy, and I'm like, are you my granddad? And he's 26. And it's like, God, you know. And when he was on stage, he looked fantastic. He like goes, you're holding water, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, I have cancer, bud. I don't now, but I did at the time. You look 45 and you're 24 because you're taking more testosterone and more training, more drugs than someone should be taking. You know, you're on like fucking 2 or 3 grams. No, I barely use this. And it's like, mate, you've gone bald at the top. You've got to think you look like Hulk Hogan, you know, and you're in your 20s. It's mad. And unfortunately, this holds back so many people. And it's sad because people are just not honest with what they do. And if people share this information more, especially for women and men in general, you know, either give advice with what you know or fuck off and stop telling women, let the women share their information together, it would be much better for them.